You're not behind. You're exactly where you're meant to be. And that is something that I've had to remind myself because I know it can be so hard when we're on social media and we see all of our friends, like from high school, getting married and buying their first house and having kids and seeming like they have a perfect life. But the reality of it is that everybody is on their own journey, all in their own unique timing, and it's all for a reason. So when I was struggling with thinking that I was behind and I needed to rush through life and get all these milestones completed, it's like, why? There's people that are 45, 50, 60 years old that go back to college. It's never too late. And I have to remind myself that I went through and I'm going through stuff that most people don't. Most people don't go to rehab. Most people don't get in narcissistic relationships that completely drain you to absolutely nothing. And then you have to literally completely start over. That's my story. That's my journey. And that was all for a reason. But I need to remind myself that I probably have learned a lot of lessons that they haven't learned yet. I've been through a lot for a reason, and it's preparing me for wherever I'm heading. So if you're feeling stuck and you're feeling behind, remind yourself that your journey is unique for a reason. And I always say this, and I truly believe that we are one of one. Nobody can be us. Nobody has walked our path. Nobody has felt what we have felt. Nobody can be us. So we might as well own it. Some days get pretty difficult when I've been working towards getting a house for 5 years, and what I've learned and what I've heard from God is that I'm not ready yet. And that's okay. I used to be very frustrated and think that I had to be in control, like I was not doing what I needed to do, what I was supposed to do. And the more that I tried to control it and try to pick the timing out myself, the further away I got from my goal. So now I just trust and I take it literally one day at a time. Everybody in recovery knows one day at a time, even one moment at a time. And it's the absolute truth. I mean, just saying cliche things like that, sometimes it doesn't resonate fully. But when you really start living it and believing in it, it has so much more meaning. Because the truth is that I could not wake up tomorrow. That's the reality of it. So why not enjoy what I have now? Because number one, it could always be worse. I've been in worse situations. So I have to remind myself to be grateful for what I have while I'm working towards my goal of what I want. I realized that when I got my apartment, I thought it was just going to be like a 6 month thing until I got myself together and I would get a house. And then I lost my job. And then life just happens. But I was so focused on, oh my God, I don't have a house. I don't have a house. I don't have a house. Instead of, I have an apartment, not on the street. I have my own apartment. I have my own space. I have hot water. I have heat. I have a shower. I have food. I have a stove to cook on. And I needed to realize that I had to appreciate where I was and what I had and shift my mindset. Because if I was operating in a lack mindset or, going back to looking on the internet and being jealous or having shame and guilt or for whatever reason of why I don't have these things yet. Because life is truly about the journey, not the destination. And I can see even from a year, 2, 3, 4 years ago, throughout my whole 5.5 year long period of sobriety, I have changed. And it's really funny, like I always say, if you want to make God laugh, tell him your plans. Because he is the only one that truly knows when you're ready. And I heard this in a video the other day. If you're knocking at the door to what you want and it's not opening, it's because you're not ready yet. So the way I see it is like if you have a ring of keys and you're trying every single one, none of them's working, God's the only one that has the key. He'll open it when you're ready. If you take anything from this, enjoy the journey. Because also, like for me, once I get what I'm wanting, then there's always another thing. Yeah, I got what I wanted, but now I want this. Like, why can't we appreciate just what we have and be grateful for everything, especially as recovering addicts and alcoholics? I'm sure for a lot of us, there's a time where we only had the clothes on our back. We had to start completely over. And the same goes for people who have been in a narcissistic relationship. It's unfortunate, but once you get the strength to get out of that relationship, oftentimes we're left with nothing and we have to start completely over. Because in a narcissistic relationship, they usually take control of who you hang out with, um, isolating you from your family and your friends. Sometimes they take control of your money. I see a lot of situations where one person doesn't work and the other one financially supports them, but then they have control over that. And that's why a lot of people are afraid to leave relationships like that because they don't think that they can make it on their own or make it without them. And that is the whole point of a narcissist, to keep you in the relationship because they make you feel like you can't live without them. And if that's you right now, get out. Please take it from me. Get out. I don't care how scared you are. And if you have kids, take them with you. And I know that they can use kids as pawns, and that's a very difficult situation. And I thank God every day that I did not have kids with my ex, because it would be 1,000 times harder. And I pray for everyone that's going through the situation, especially with kids. But yeah, just remember that a lot of people don't go through what we go through or have gone through. It doesn't mean we're behind in life. We can always choose to change. Every day is a brand new opportunity to make a change towards the life that we want. So, if this resonated or helped you at all, please hit the like button, subscribe, share it with somebody who needs to hear it, and drop a comment. Let me know if this is something that you've gone through, if you ever felt behind in life. Remember to stay kind to yourself. I love you, and I'm so proud of you. And I'll see you in the next one.